on.
It's a pandemic.
There we go. I think this is working. I'm just going to make sure. Let's see.
Is this streaming to your YouTube?
Yeah, I hope so.
Let me look. Yeah, we're live.
We are live.
Freaking booyah.
Fantastic. Hello, everybody that's not watching yet, and welcome to a very, very special episode of Controllers and Coffee. It's our 1 year anniversary slash birthday thing. So I've got some amazing, thanks, Jim. Thanks, brother. Yeah, everybody's getting in on it.
Well done.
How we do it?
Oh, look at that. 2 left thumbs in the chat. What? I am joined.
Get them out of here. Kick them immediately.
Always by the wonderful Kat Gerritsen,
Yo.
but also by Jim Swinglehurst,
What's up?
Luke Tindall,
Good morning or afternoon or evening.
Fucking hell.
Jesus. All right, let's start again.
wonderful Deft Puppiez. Hello, everybody.
Good evening. How are you?
Yo.
Joining me this fine evening. Thank you for
Inviting us.
coming. We're gonna talk a bit about Mass Effect Legendary Edition because what else is a podcast with me on it if we don't talk about Mass Effect? We're gonna talk a little bit about E3 and we're just gonna have a good old time. I brought a little bit of a game for us to play, which is something I like to do when, especially Jim's on the fucking podcast.
Oh God.
I hate losing, so
But before we get started, you've all been on the show before, so I'm not going to go through the rigmarole of asking what you love. But
Wow, rude.
well, Kat, I've never asked you actually because you're always on the show. But what game got you into gaming? What's the first game you ever played?
Oh, far out.
That's actually probably 2 different answers, but
Yeah, that is 2
Yeah.
different answers. Like, I was a child that was incapable of thought when I started gaming. Like on my brother's Game
a
Boy
zygote.
Color. Like me, like
a psycho.
yeah, that was pretty much me as a child. You know what game I really freaking... There's 2 games, actually, that I think probably started it. I'd have to say Atlantis, the, video game version of the Disney movie.
Okay.
I loved that movie as a kid, so I really liked playing that game. But also Croc, Legend of the Gobbos.
Oh yes.
Weirdo.
Oh my God.
That's
Yes.
a good game.
Love it.
You
I
were so
loved
young.
that game.
I was a
So
grown
young.
man when that
Sorry.
game came out. I was a grown up and I had 2 house mortgages when that game came out.
Well, I was like that.
I was a legend of my
He
own
developed
gobbos.
that game.
Well, I don't even know what year it came out. Jeez.
Must
Find
be
out. It's
what?
time to do
Yeah.
some Google. I'm saying 96.
Yeah, I said
Everyone
98,
take your
98
guesses
maybe.
in.
97, 98?
Yeah, I
Any
think
other
something like
guesses?
that.
No other guesses?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 97, 98 as well. It sounds like it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah, 97.
Yeah.
97.
So that game
That-
came out when I
Bang
was
on, Jimmy.
2, by the way.
We are all legends of the gobbos.
So young. God, I'm just gonna go get my walking stick. Hang on. Where is it? There we go. All right. We're
If he
good.
actually
really
pulls
love
that
that
look,
game.
there we go.
The fuck is
That
that?
was a great game. I used to love
This. It's my little jobber.
The walking stick.
Oh, shit, nice.
It's my little
It's a
tiki
good-
dude. I've had him for ages. He's
Gobbo.
the best.
I know somebody
Yeah.
that would love that.
Quince, welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining us. Thanks
Here he
for
is.
coming along. Kat, what I think we've definitely spoken about this, but what is your favorite game series of all time?
Oh, well, it'd have to be Dark Souls.
Yeah, has to be Dark Souls. Has to be. That one's easy.
Contractually bound to say it's Dark Souls.
Yeah.
It has to be Dark Souls.
Well, it can't be
Miyazaki
Elden
just
Ring yet,
splits
so
No.
Powered by Dark Souls, powered by SteamYard.
Hold on. There we go.
SteamYard.
Welcome to my SteamYard. Oh. SteamYard.
Oh, gosh.
For you and your family. Oh.
Ah,
it's gone.
too quick. All right. So let's talk about Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Your favorite series of all time.
My favorite series of all time, and a game I'm just having a splendid time with. Let's go around the horn, and I want to know how far you are into the game, Jim.
Mass Effect 2. Legendary
You started with? Did you start with Mass Effect 2?
Yeah, I did. So I skipped the first one. I kind of regret it. So, I mean, we'll get into that. But I think I went straight to Mass Effect 2. I was talking to Lukey down here, and we were kind of saying, where do we jump in? And this was before the reviews came out. And we were kind of like, well, we know we love Mass Effect 2. We played Mass Effect 1. We know there's a disparity in the gameplay. So where do we jump in? And I think we were kind of most comfortable there. So I started that. Then I saw the reviews of Mass Effect 1 coming in, and everyone's like, oh, they've really tightened up the combat. The graphical enhancements really like improved the game. So I'm kind of like, maybe I just pause my 2 playthrough and just go back, because I'm not heaps far in. I'll be honest with you, I'm not heaps far in, but I feel like I'm at the stage where if I go back, I'll still really enjoy 1. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think what's the nightclub called in Mass Effect 2? Afterlife. Is it? Yeah. Is it Afterlife? That's that other game that you love.
Cyberpunk.
That's Cyberpunk.
That is also Cyberpunk.
It's in there, yeah.
No, that's the Afterlife.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it is Afterlife.
Right. Okay. So I'm at Afterlife right now, and I'm doing those missions, and I'm like, man, this is so freaking good. I love it. But I'm like, do I stop? Do I stop before I get too deep and go back to 1? So I will take the guidance on this episode of.
My answer is resounding yes. Absolutely. Okay. Go back, start number 1, play through. Okay. It is incredible how good it is. What's your history with Mass Effect as a series?
Yeah, played them all except Andromeda. Haven't played Andromeda. Yeah,
cool.
Played them and loved them all. Played 1 and 2 multiple times. 3, I think just once, but loved it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. Kat, where are you at now?
I mainlined the story a little too hard. I looked up all of, and I talked to people about where is the point of no return, and everywhere said it was Ilos, or is that what it is?
Ilos?
Yeah, Ilos. Yeah, Ilos.
Yeah, Ilos. Said Ilos was the point of no return, and so I did all the messages, all the missions, if I could say what. I did all the missions up to that, but finishing the mission before Ilos already puts you in the point of no return, because I got taken to the Citadel even though I didn't want to go there.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So yes, you're right.
A few side missions inside the Citadel, but that's where I'm up to. I'm doing all of my other side quests now. I've helped Garrus and I've helped Rex, and I'm doing the other ones.
We're exactly at the same place. I'm literally doing the same thing. I'm doing all the side missions before Ilos. So
yeah, but yeah, there's some side missions I think on the Citadel that I don't think I can do anymore. Like this dude that I gave my autograph to. I don't know if I can go back to the Citadel now that I've stolen the ship.
No, I do not believe so.
Out of those things, but whatever. It is what it is.
And we all know your history of this game is you've never played it. So
I've never played it before.
Incredible. So also no spoilers up to the end of Maya. Luke.
Yes.
What is? Where are you up to, and what's your history with Mass Effect?
Played ME1 when it first came out. Loved it. Big old Paragon boy in that game, usually. And I started with ME2 this time around with Jim, and just used the Genesis comic to make the choices this time
around. Yeah, so you can do that again.
Use it?
Yeah. So I flipped it though. I'm going Renegade this time around. So I haven't played 3, and I never finished 2 beforehand. So
my god!
Yeah, I know. Because I had it spoiled for me. So yeah. So at the moment, I have just finished depleting every planet in the first relay part of their natural resources to research and upgrade. And yeah, looking forward to it. I've played Andromeda. I actually really like. So, but other than that, the ME lore is great. ME1 was always a standout sci-fi game for me when it first.
Can I ask a question, Luke? You are such a paragon in real life. You're such a wuss. You
It's true.
Do you find it hard to do the Renegade option?
I do, and sometimes I
bet
can't.
Does it hurt inside to do it? Because it hurts me to do that.
It hurts me so much.
Yeah.
I put like a option that I thought was like nice, neutral at best, and she just like spat it out. It was so rude. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I know, right? It's like, oh, this seems like a middling option, and she just absolutely roasting like, okay, this is fine.
This is not me.
It's really tough. I mean, some of the options are.
This much renegade.
I'm the opposite right now. Because some things I wanted to choose, like, I don't even think I can mention the people you work for without it being a spoiler for Kat. In the second one.
No.
But even then, I tried to pick options that were against them. And some of them were Paragon. I'm just like, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's a very grey area. Those like it's obviously the people that you work for in the second one. What's the name of the organization you work for in the first one? I forget. Like you're a Spectre.
Oh, you're a
Alliance.
Spectre.
That's it. You're a Spectre in the Alliance. Yeah.
But no, so far so good, loving it. The reason I probably want to go back to ME1 though is because I've been watching Kat's playthrough, so I've been getting all my, and that's why I was on there the other day talking about the point system being so much better in 1 than 2. I think anyway, like the actual RPG elements of it.
So, more roleplay, yeah.
Well, it's really confusing. I get so many points, and I don't know if I should be just stacking up entire things or not, because I've got so many points. I feel like every time I go to put more points in, they're like, "You've got 30," and I'm like, "What? What do you mean?"
Yeah, you can't fully. I've been thinking about this. I think I'm like level 24 now. You can't fully max out everything, but you can like max out a lot of things. So if there's even a couple of things you don't really focus on, you mostly max other things out.
Biotics after I became a Vanguard because I hate using the frickin' wheel.
I can't believe you hate
the wheel is the worst.
It is
so bad. I'm the same. I just run around with like shotguns and pistols now because I'm like, I'm not using powers. People like, use your powers. I'm like, they're trash. I don't want to use them because the wheel is trash.
But Unity's nice.
It's so much better in number 2. Unity is handy. Good. It's so much better in number 2 because you can map 3 powers, and the powers actually like feel different in number 2. Like lift feels different to singularity, and warp actually feels like it does damage. Whereas like in number 1, I feel like it's more like it happens in the background. Like it's like a roll, like to how much damage it'll do, but it doesn't actually give you that sense of like impact when you hit someone.
And like misses all the time. Like you've got to be like line of sight in the first one.
Yes, and whereas like number 2 and 3
really badly. Even if you like lock it on and just go straight past him, we go, okay, I'll just okay, fine.
Just like real life, I guess.
Damage off.
Did you just say if you lock on? Like, can you lock on?
No, but
when you select the target, see when I see a giant red triangle on an enemy, I'm like, that is it locking onto something. It should hit. No, it doesn't do that.
Again, another huge improvement in the combat in 2 and 3.
Yeah,
it's like you lock on, and then like your warp ball will like loop around and hit them.
It goes round shit.
Yeah. So satisfying.
I see.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, I think the powers are treated like a projectile almost in 2 compared to 1.
Yeah, they are. They emanate from you.
Puppies, what about you?
So I am up to. I've done 3 planets now. I've just rescued Liara.
Ooh,
my girlfriend.
Yeah, also mine. I looked up. I was like, all right, who can I bang in Mass Effect? That's exactly what I googled. It's like these people and these one. Right, they're my friends now. They're coming everywhere. But so
literally.
I was sad when I found out it wasn't Garrus until number 2, so I was like,
right? Yeah, everyone was going about Garrus. Like, yes, let's get some weird alien shit going on. No, can't do it. I just gotta.
Liara is the best you get.
Liara is the best anyway, but I wanted to do something different because I always go for Liara for the whole trilogy. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it this time.
Hashtag horny for Liara.
Pretty much with the number 4.
I can't remember, but can you go Caden in the first one or not?
Yeah, but
Caden's an option for FemShep.
Yeah.
But
so I'm playing as a FemShep this time, right?
No thanks, Caden.
He's dead now.
I have see. I have this issue. I don't like Caden, but I need to bang Caden, so I'm just gonna use you for your body. It will be fine. Because his eyebrow bugs the shit out of me. I don't know what it is, but as you're looking at him, his left eyebrow is just. I don't know. There's something going on. He's got like, the whole people's eyebrow thing going on constantly every time he smokes. Yeah, and I don't know if it's me or it just the angle that it's on. It just looks larger than his other one, and I can't do it. I can't look at him. I'm like, you're not going anywhere with me. Just stay here and let me bang you later. It's fine. We'll play nice in the ship. But
Loud, thanks for joining the chat. By the way, thank you for coming along. Hello. Sorry, puppies.
No, you're good. So
yeah,
this is
your
my
history. Yeah.
First-ish time. So I played one earlier on when it was released. A mate of mine suggested I play it, so I borrowed the game off him. And I got to that in the introductory missions where you're on the bridge and you've got to fight your way across. Just after you see the thingo. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, the Reaper.
Yeah. No, not the Reaper. The like in the first introductory set of missions before you even get to the Citadel.
Eden Prime.
Yeah. I'm totally blanking on it. But I got to there originally and went, crap, I don't like this. This is terrible. It's clunky and shit. I hate it. And I never touched it again. And after seeing a lot of people kind of talk about it more, I'm like, all right, now I'm in a different headspace. I was more of a Call of Duty shooter boy back then too.
I was a
whole other gamer. I was a COD boy, COD and Halo. Nothing. Nothing else. But now that I play a lot more RPGs and I enjoy them a lot more, I decided to go back and try it out, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. The combat's still butts.
It's still butts. But yeah, it's still butts. Not.
It's difficult, but the stories, the characters, and all the choices and stuff you get to make are pulling me through, and I'm still really having a good time. So yeah, I'll probably get through one, take a break, because I did this thing with Uncharted where I played all 4 in a row. Never doing that with the game series again because it ruined it for me. So I'm going to play 1, give it like a month break, then go back and play 2 later.
Good call.
But yeah, so far really enjoying my time. For something that's kind of newish, I didn't really give it a go the first time.
And so you haven't played 2 or 3?
No, I haven't played 2 or 3.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll be careful with spoilers through 1 as well because that's
okay.
Shred. Thanks for the congrats and thanks for joining us in the chat as well. Always see you in the comments of my videos, so appreciate your support, Shreddo. Okay, Shreddo. Well, Kat, I really want to, without being spoilery, because I don't want to ruin anything for puppies. Since our last conversation a week and a half ago, no, you're fine. Don't worry. Come back. Without spoiling really too much or anything, how are you enjoying the game since we last spoke about it 10 days ago or whatever?
I'm still enjoying it. I think I was considering it the other day, and there's a lot of things that still make the game seem really old. Like,
oh yeah.
As well, like the pacing is terrible. Why is everything happening in 2 seconds? Like these romances are blooming over like 2 days, and they're like, I've never met anyone like you. I'm like, I don't know you. It's true.
Yeah.
But when it's Ridley you are though, right? It's like look at these cheekbones. It's happening.
Yeah, my cheekbones are very sharp.
With Liara as well, she like kind of melds with your brain, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's a bit weird. And I think some of the other story paces, like sometimes they're referencing things that it makes you feel like they're saying you've been together for a really long time, but you've literally only just met them, even in the terms of like the story pacing. So I find that's a bit weird, and the combat is whack as hell. Like sometimes dudes are just literally sliding super speed across the screen at me, spinning around, and they get to me and I die. And I'm like, what did you do? Why?
Kat, are we talking Mass Effect or Cyberpunk right now? Because I do get these descriptions.
Well, I mean, they have the same nightclub, so
they got the same nightclub and the same fucking bugs.
Yeah, but like especially the Krogan, for some reason, they are. I'm always having, every time I meet them, they speed towards me and I die. Or
well,
like
that's kind of what they do. Yeah,
that's their charge. That's their biotic charge.
Are they
right now.
actually doing something? Because they're just like spinning and shooting. Like,
they're all-
I can't tell.
I don't think it's supposed to be spinning.
Oh, it's a feature.
Yeah.
I can't tell. I literally thought it was a bug. And like when it first happened, 3 of these guys came at me. I shot them all and grenaded them. They all laid down, stood back up, and spat at me again. Laid down, got back up, and they just until I died. I was like, "Is this normal? Like,
No.
am I supposed to kill all of them twice? Like all the Krogans
No.
every time?"
Oh,
Every
no,
time
but
they die,
if you
and
don't
They have a lot of
fully-
2 health bars.
if you don't fully kill them, they
have the white health bar.
reload
right?
their health. Yeah, they'll
but-
regen if you don't like kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, very quickly.
But
Yeah.
you gotta gutter stomp them while they're down.
Yeah.
pretty
Make
much.
them-
Like,
Wait till you get the Omni Blade. It's so
Stay down.
Wait till you get the biotic adjustment for the curb bites, and then you can just stomp them when they're down there. You take your shirt off.
Yes.
You get the American EX tattoos.
Citadel History X. Let's do it.
That's good. That's good.
That is good.
And I also find I'm having trouble with like the exclamation points on maps and things like that.
Oh,
They don't go away even if I've done the objective. So I get super fucking confused. I'm like, am I finished here? Do I go? I don't know. Did I see
You
myself
really-
out? Like,
It is the kind of game where you play the remaster and it looks great and you're like, oh, this is still a 2007 game, and
yeah,
you really have to use the journal to know what the fuck you're doing in
yeah,
that game.
that is what
Like
I'm
if you
doing.
don't read the
Even
journal,
then, finding your way around the map is just.
Oh,
Like,
it's
if you,
god
like, it
awful.
takes a while. I got lost in the Citadel for like an hour and a half, like the first day. I'm like, where am I?
Yeah.
I just want to go here. It says it's here, but it's not. And it's, ugh.
The water is everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But other
alright,
than
well,
that, like, I'm having a great
Look,
time.
I want to know things you like about it.
Can I ask a question? Because you mentioned that romances happen in like 1 second, which is so true. But I know that you I think you're a big Dragon Age fan. Is that right?
Of Inquisition, I am.
Yeah, Inquisition.
absolutely.
Apparently, I have
it.
never played Inquisition, but I've heard the romances in Inquisition are like so much better than these. Like they feel like they kind of they're paced well. They take they take time to develop, and like they're just better written. I have never played Inquisition.
They're so good, and they take a really long time. You have to make sure that you're like treating the character the right way as well. So I romance Cullen, and I decided to romance him because he was the furthest away. He was all alone in a tower by himself. I was like, I'll give you some friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Call it whatever you want.
Friendship.
Just call anytime of night.
That's it. But like, if you talk to him about subjects the wrong way, like your friendship goes up and down to allow you to romance or not. And even when you get to a point that you can romance, if you make the wrong choices, they'll just be like, no, I do not want to talk to you anymore. Like,
I'm not horny for you anymore.
Yeah,
but it's good.
me. And like the romance is a lot
horns.
longer in terms of like across the story as well. Like there's heaps more story points that you have to hit to be able to do it. It is a much longer game. So,
Bigger game.
yeah, so it is for me kind of jarring when I'm just like, wait, Caden, I talked to you one other time and you're telling me you love me.
Bang again.
Now you give me the people's eyebrow.
This is why you don't have a relationship with Caden. He's a shit cunt.
He's
I mean, he's better than Ashley. Let's be honest. All right.
better than Ashley, the
I mean,
racist.
there's boring and there's racist.
I think we're all missing
what I'm
the fact.
saying.
I mean, Anderson's obviously the most attractive person on there if you like smashed potatoes. But like his head in
do like my
first
potatoes,
game,
man.
I love potatoes. Yeah, his face in that game is so bad.
Yeah, it is wacko.
I'm
but
upset I
am
can't romance
romancing
Tali.
Liana, obviously.
Tali would
Yeah.
be sad.
Yeah,
No,
but
We don't
you
know
too,
what she
right?
looks like past that mask, though. Really,
That's
so.
the whole
Well,
job.
you do know.
I think that's the point. I want to know how that works.
Give
She
me
can't
those
take up the suit or
toes.
she dies, right? So how does that work?
Thanks, Match. Thanks, Tash.
Ultimate
Mate,
holiness.
he's actually the worst. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, she's right. Thanks
Just got my
But
back.
There is a picture of Tali's face, and they edited it. Have you seen it?
Oh my God.
I think I have.
No,
Yeah.
They changed it for the remaster.
Yeah. So in the
Yeah.
picture, it was her face. It was just like a stock image of like a really
Shitty
hot
images.
face. And then they changed it
With
to
some white
like
lines on her head.
Yeah, oh, she's so hot. And then they've changed it to just Tali with her mask on, and Shepard's like, after, spoiler alert, Shepard's looking at a picture of her for some reason, and they've changed it so he's like looking at a picture of her masked head. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
This is what I'm into. Yes, give me more.
I miss you so much.
Can't they just decide what Quarians look like under their fucking mask and just run
just looks like a human.
make the decision and then go for it? So I think going back to that like relationship thing, absolutely in number one, it's definitely the weakest because you can only, I never realized this, but yeah, you can only have a relationship with Liara or Ashley or Caden, depending if you're male or female. And the one with Liara kind of makes sense because she like brain fucks you and then she like feels like very attached to you. But then in over number 2 and 3, the relationship building is so much better. And there's a couple of relationships that are like definitely the best. But I won't spoil because I think there are a few options, but some of them are like really well. Oh, Garrus is fantastic.
I want to be with the lizard man.
Where's my boy Garrus?
Lizard bird man.
When you fuck the Krogan, it's so hot when you fuck a Krogan, hey.
Literally trying
you want to see that
out of him.
I caught the genophage from a Krogan.
They call it,
It's my bumper sticker.
Stop looking at my genophage.
Oh my god, that's incredible. Okay, that's fantastic. Well, look, I don't want to go into it too much, knowing that Puppies, you haven't played too much of it, but that's fantastic. I highly recommend Luke and Jimmy that you play number 1 because it is definitely like number 2 from what I've seen looks great. But I don't know if they've actually changed anything because it's just so perfect in the first place. Whereas number 1, like surprisingly, like it looks so good and photo mode is incredible. And I'm just like, when I land on a planet, I'm like, fuck, this looks so good. There are, those definitely those things where it's like, this game is 14 years old. Like every base that you go into on another planet is like the same. It's just the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. And that's one of the things that takes me out of it a bit. And I'm like, but what's the frustrating thing is, and obviously this is just a sign of the time it was made in, but like the stories in the side missions and some of the dialogue you have with people and some of the decisions you can make, really, really good. Like best in the series kind of thing. But then the way they're delivered, because they are just going through the same building, having one conversation, and then like a bit of text on the screen, it's not as like captivating as in number 2 when you do these incredible little side quests, but it's delivered a little bit differently. So, I feel that.
I got a quick one for you as the number 1 Mass Effect fan. I heard a lot of people saying that the lighting engine that has changed, and it like has brightened up the first game, so you can see stuff that you couldn't used to see, and like things look really reflective. Like Anderson, like the screenshots of Anderson, it just looks like he's made of silver. Like it's like he looks like he's made entirely of silver.
Very
like,
as a part-time gig as a Silver Surfer, it just helps him pay the bills,
But yeah, I'm glad that you told me that because otherwise I would have just thought it was a bug. But it's really shiny, and then like all the dark bits are brightened up, and people have been like, well, like part of that game was like the really fucking hectic, like stark lighting, the blues, the reds, and the dark scenes, and I just wondered if you'd noticed it.
I think you're right. There's a lot of reflective surfaces, and it's actually really well done, I think. But I know what you mean, especially in like the opening planet, like on Eden Prime. If you look at a original and a Legendary Edition screenshot, it was like it was given this red vibe, and like the sky was red, and I think that was to do with the Reaper, and like it had a real vibe. And then in the Legendary Edition, it looks like more like it does in number 3 when you go there, and it is like quite a lush green planet. I think it's stuff like that. Like I don't think it's enough to like be like, it changes the vibe of the game. I think they actually did it really well. Like it still has that eerie vibe, and it's kind of like almost sunset, but it's not like a stark red world because that's what Eden Prime was meant to look like. But I think that's probably what people are talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced it, but I'll report back once I jump into anyone.
Yeah, and then like Pharos, Noveria, and Vermeer are all they're very different. Pharos is like it's kind of this just gross brown planet, and that's very much like it was in the first one. And then obviously Noveria is snow, and then Vermeer is this like beautiful tropical world. Paradise. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I haven't been to Ilos yet, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, good shout. All right, friends, let's play a little game.
Yeah.
So I got some bad Metacritic reviews here, and you're going to try and guess what game that they're from.
Ooh, that sounds good.
There are user reviews for a few games. Some of them may be harder than others, but let's try and get a good one. Actually, I selected this one, and it goes really well with what you just said about the Silver Surfer. This is so random. I don't even think you get it, but hey, I've got a couple for this game. So this is a 2 out of 10 back in 2011. If you think Silver Surfer is the greatest game of all time and that difficulty means out-of-nowhere deaths that require psychic abilities to avoid, blank is for you. Everyone else, stay away.
Silver Surfer.
I didn't even know Silver Surfer was a game.
What was that, 2011?
2011. Something about psychic abilities as well?
Yeah, but I think just psychic abilities.
Yeah, I think that's them just predicting that.
Yeah. Maybe a very difficult game from 2011. Like
I've got another one.
Did Dark Souls come out in 2011? Is it that?
Oh, she's got it. She's got
it. Wow. Nice. I knew it.
There was another one that I'm just going to.
The soul sense was tingling.
Yeah. I knew it.
Silver Surfer sense.
Silver sense.
This one was also for Dark Souls. I'll just read you the first 2 sentences. I played this game and hated it the first time I played it, then the second time, then the third, and even the 4th time. But when I played a 5th time, it got a little better.
Right. That's so true as well.
So persistent. So fucking persistent.
Hell.
He's true.
All right.
That's right.
That's good.
All right. So this next one is from 2003, but it is from a game from the 90s.
Okay.
Oh, God. Testing memories.
And it's Legend of the Gobbo.
How many Gobbos are in this game?
I was going to say nothing. Okay. This is a 0 out of 10. Nice. This is the worst game I ever play. It has no story, and the targeting system stink, and the movie stink. I wish this game was never created. Stay away from this garbage.
Okay,
90s
movie tie-in.
From the 90s.
Superman game?
No, this is for a good game.
That was bad.
Oh, it's for a good game.
GoldenEye. GoldenEye.
Yes, he's got
Is it really?
Oh,
the targeting system does stink.
No,
An
auto headshot.
Yes! Fuck you, GoldenEye.
Fuck you, Pierce Brosnan.
Fuck you, Trevelyan.
Right. As if like the targeting system was fine.
Nah, it was like
I will defend
like
that game.
Your gun was like this, and the target was like here. So it's like
it auto lifted for headshots and everything. I don't know how that person must have been really bad to miss with an auto headshot.
Yeah, I love the game, but the targeting system, that's what gave it away, because it looks like your gun is kind of coming in from the side, but it's still firing straight.
Yeah.
And it's like, moving around the screen like
whoa.
Single analog stick.
Whoa.
Good guess, though. That was good, Jimmy.
That was a good guess.
Informed.
This one is 2 out of 10 from 2007. This is going to be an easy one, I think. This game will destroy your life. $15 a month to click on monsters, The combat is as deep as a puddle. Avoid.
World of
I think I know it.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes. Click on
Oh,
one.
that's hilarious.
Didn't feel like that while you're addicted to it. Tell you that much.
All right. Well, there was another
really
one.
there, man.
The first sentence literally is, to be honest, this isn't really a game. It's a drug. So there you go.
Quince?
Quince, he's in the chat.
Holy fuck.
Wait.
You, Quince?
He's
Hold
not
on,
here
that
because
was-
he's actually
that was
raiding
from
tonight,
Queen.
but no.
Oh, shit. I can't believe you got a bloody Dark Souls in one. I had about 4 for it. So, okay.
I know what I know.
1 out of 10
Stay in your lane.
from 2021, actually. But I'll give you
For
a hint.
2021 game?
No. It's for a game from 2017.
Okay.
Worst game ever. Worst game ever. Too many hats. My God, there are too many hats. Why all
I
the
know
hats?
it.
That is all.
That is all.
Odyssey. Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yes! Too many hats. There are too many
Too
hats.
many hats.
Too many hats.
Why are there so many
Good
hats?
work. Bloody good work, Jim.
Jeez, Jimmy.
I just hate
Wow.
losing.
He does.
Just fucking
Somebody's running around with a roll of fucking alu foil around your house.
This is dog's fighting. On mute.
Over the yellow foil.
All right. This is from 2007. Also from a 2007 game. 3 out of 10. Great graphics, implausible storyline. Hard to play. The reviewers may be enamored with this title, but if the first thing I do upon entering a strange facility I know nothing about, I find a hypo needle on the ground, well, I would just shove this needle into my arm. Realism, not. And the difficulty ramps up. Casual players need not apply.
Is it Bioshock?
It is Bioshock.
Oh.
Nice.
Bah. GoldenEye style. Bah.
Wow.
Oh, that's so good.
Well
All
done,
this
Lukey.
is-
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
game.
That was really
Great
good.
game, though. Great game.
This is
It was
yeah. This is a tricky one. Also from 2007, from another game from 2007. 1 out of 10. It's basically a high-def PowerPoint slideshow and an admirable attempt at trying to pass off CGI cutscenes as gameplay. If you like picking the subtitles you want to read, this game is for you.
What year was this again? Because I know a few games like this.
2007.
2007.
Something with a lot of choices, maybe like multiple.
Telltale game? Possibly?
Oh, yeah, it could be Telltale. Nah.
No? Not
Telltale.
Telltale?
I do have another one. I've got another one for
give us
this.
another
But,
one.
I've got a guess, but I'll go after your next one.
all right.
I want to hear it.
9 point. This is another 1 out of 10. 9.8 for making it great. I don't really understand that, but since I play on my friend's Xbox, I can't play it on my own PC, so it becomes a 1 out of 10. A message to the Xbox makers: we're not going to dish out any extra just to buy games that only run on your platform. A decade from now, we're so sure new consoles will be out to replace this Xbox. You're lame. The future of gaming will be on PC since consoles are very limited in their use. We think it stinks, and so we're going to support companies that only cater PC users like those base fans making this review.
Yeah, Bill
This
Gates.
review
fuck
aged
you.
well, didn't it?
That aged so well.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Mass Effect. Mass Effect.
It's Mass Effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that guy's foresight was bad. Just putting that out.
Yeah. Well off.
Find
This
it.
is
Do you ever think?
yeah.
Do you think he ever thinks about that review? As like, I should delete that one.
It's the worst regret
He's like,
of his
oh
life.
god, I hope
He
nobody
looks up
sees
his
I
that.
know. His whole life has revolved around this
Legendary.
review now.
There's
He's
none
like sitting
flashbacks
here
at
on the
E3.
couch, just like, I need to delete it. I can't remember my password. What do I do?
I hope he's in the chat right now. Is it you,
Yeah.
Popcorn?
He's like crying. He's like,
Oh my
That's
god.
good.
Okay. This is a 0 out of 10 from 2014. I believe it's also a 2014 game. I deliberately registered here to tell, comma, this game is a crap. What kind of people create it as a boss
That's a
fight?
crap.
This game is a crap.
This game is a crap. What kind of people create it as a boss fight length for 2 hours and you can't finish it? You shoot the boss, and if it hits, his lifeline reduced by 0.00001%, and you have to hit him during 1 or 2 hours. This is insanely boring. Actually, it says insanely boring, but games should make you enjoy it, but not make you feel like you're a worker at an assembly line making routine, repetitive actions during hours.
It does sound boring.
And this might be a bit of a giveaway, but it says, "Hey, Activision, this is entertainment industry." This is entertainment industry. This game is a crap.
This game.
Wait, 2014.
2014.
Activision, 2014. This game is a crap. 2 hour long battles.
Lots of repetition.
Power bar goes down by 0.0016% every time you hit him.
Destiny wasn't that early.
No,
he's right though.
It is?
Destiny! Nice, well done.
Good guess.
The other one was, this game plays like a shooter from 2008. Clunky controls, confusing UI, low frame rate, crappy sound, etc. Bungie thinks this game will last 10 years? Ha ha ha, try 10 days.
There's got to be a club of people regretting reviews, right?
Yes.
Funny.
Oh, you can make a whole fucking series about that. Let's go. All right, this is quite funny. This is 0 out of 10 from 2019. I don't know if this is a 2019 game, but it's not. It's pretty recent. Well, they cut off Ryu's balls and killed the Ninja Gaiden series. I guess it only makes sense to hack off Kasumi's moneymakers and throw the blank series in the same grave.
Dead or alive.
Yes! Dead or Alive 6.
Wow.
Cut off Kasumi's titties and call it a day.
Hack off Kasumi's moneymakers. Oh my god.
Yeah,
all right, I got one more.
Pretty aggressive.
One more for you. That is aggressive. 0 out of 10, 2016 for a 2016
game.
Game.
Crap. Yeah.
This game is a crap. Oh, it's from the same guy. No. Waiting for 5 minutes to get paired with a bunch of idiots who couldn't collectively solve the square peg round hole puzzle has never been so much fun. Meanwhile, the other team is invariably an elite strike force with perfect team comp and coordination, and every game ends up a steamroll. Seriously, fuck you and your fucking matchmaking.
Why does that sound like Overwatch?
Yeah, I was going to say
It's Overwatch.
Yes.
Good call.
Good night.
Oh, good stuff. You got all of them, guys. Great.
That could apply to a lot of multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have. I was like,
League.
I remember having the same thoughts at Overwatch at some point.
Yeah, right? Exactly
An elite strike force.
I've always been on the shit team.
Government trained elite strike force.
Yes, so funny. All right. Thanks, guys. That was fun.
That was
all right.
That game was not a crap.
This game is
not a crap. 7 out of 10.
7. Thanks. Yeah, it needs improvement. It's hard to sift through tens of thousands of reviews to find funny ones.
Come on, you didn't sift through tens of thousands of reviews. Come on,
Through like 12.
You went the only
games first. He's like, here's a list of games, and we're going to do these ones.
Sort by lowest rating. There we go.
Sort by lowest. Yeah. Well, I tried.
Surely there's a Reddit for that, right?
I looked even. I was like, I'd gone through a few, and then I was like, wait, is there a Reddit for this? But maybe I'm just.
Do I have to work?
All right. I asked you guys before we started to think of some games you want to see at E3. Being that E3 is 2 fucking weeks away.
Is it really?
2.5 weeks away.
No.
So
Crazy shit. Almost 3, I guess. And I thought we could, do a bit of show and share. Show and share. Show and tell.
All right.
Who wants to kick us off? And everyone.
Everyone just goes at the same time after that.
It's an awkward pause first. You got to get in.
Puppies. You go.
Very easy.
Puppies,
So
you are up.
all right, what are we doing?
Steal my game.
What game?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what
all
I'm
right,
worried
so
about.
2 games, or 3, kind of. First one, stock standard for me every year. Where's my fucking Splinter Cell? I needs it. Oh. And I want to see more about Beyond Good and Evil 2.
You stole my game!
I want to get in first. I was like, no one's stealing mine. I'm the less I hear about that game, because it keeps me delayed, the more I'm concerned about it, because we haven't heard anything, and Lars was like, we're adding all these features, and I'm worried that we may either never get it or it won't deliver on the promises they made, because just because of feature creep, and they'll like end up cutting a whole heap of stuff out, and so I'm concerned. So I want to hear something to make sure the game's okay.
Just call it.
Michelle on sell left. Yeah. Ubisoft.
Just send us a text.
Yeah, just call me. Look, I look. Just Splinter Cell, please stop giving me shitty mobile games and
I just
weird DLCs.
Why they're not. They have like 80 studios at Ubisoft, and not a single one is working on a Splinter Cell game. Like, well, that
hurts my soul.
We know of, yeah.
They did that thing with Siege last year, and that broke me. I was so mad at that.
Yeah, Ash forever waiting on Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah, it's
that's it.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, I'd just cry. I want to see more.
And aside from that, I want to see new titles. New stuff, new IPs, exciting stuff. I like. We can all talk about things that are coming up or sequels and stuff like that, but I just want to see something really cool and really new that kind of gets me into it. Not something I've had recently in a while. We've seen a lot of re-releases, a lot of remastered editions, which has been fantastic, because it's a great nostalgia trip, and for people like Kat and I, who haven't played Mass Effect before, gives us a chance to jump into that series when it's not as janky as it used to be. But yeah, new stuff. I want to see lots of new exciting titles, even if they're a while away. Just something new coming up would be great.
Any favorite studios that you would like to see something new from, that you kind of like, man, those guys need to do something innovative?
Not particularly, no.
Yeah, cool.
No.
I just want new shiny things. That's it. I'm very simple.
Puppies?
Mine.
If you could like name a favorite dev, or that's done your favorite games.
Bungie, obviously, because Halo, Destiny was like a large part of my gaming youth, as it were. And then Ubisoft as well. They've always been great, because I love Assassin's Creed 2 and Watch Dogs and all that kind of stuff. It's great. I love those open world RPGs. They're fantastic.
Nice, very cool. I absolutely agree. I think new IP are like the most exciting announcements, because it's like, oh my god, what is this? Like when they announced Outer Worlds, it was like, oh my fucking god, this is so good. So excited to see, just like creative new ideas, even though like some of the games I'm most excited for are like Fable and Perfect Dark, and they're both reboots essentially, but in the modern day, and obviously like Mass Effect getting a remaster, but yeah, it's just so, I love getting new IP that are something like Control that's like super wacky.
Love Control, dude. I love Control.
Yeah. It's I just think it allows studios so much freedom. They're not like games like Mass Effect, like when they came off making KOTOR in Star Wars, the Star Wars universe, they go on to make their own sci-fi epic, which is as good as Star Wars, if not better.
Agree. Maybe I should go now, because I'm worried that my games are going to get stolen. But you said 2, but I kind of picked a bunch. I picked a bunch. I'm just going to kind of list them off, because I don't know much about them.
He's going to take all the games.
Well, firstly, I'm going to say Metroid Prime 4. So I don't even own a Switch anymore, because I sold it because I wasn't using it. But I kind of said, as soon as Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2 are out, I'll just rebuy a Switch. So when we know more about those 2 games, I'll buy a Switch. But Metroid Prime's so fucking good, dude. And it's so overdue, a new Metroid game. So that'll be awesome. There's a new Indiana Jones game coming, so I'm fucking huge Indiana Jones fan. Like the biggest of big fans. That's our favorite movie series. I just love everything about it. So I feel like that a modern game based on Indiana Jones, if it's done well, that would just like make my life. That'd be sick. Elden Ring.
Machine.
Get out of my life!
Cat's gonna have nothing left.
Cat's got last, so
you've got a head full of games. You
got a head full of games.
You got nothing up there but games. You're just rattling around with games up there. You got heaps. So you can talk about Elden Ring, Cat, because I don't know much about it. It just looks sick. I don't want to know more about it. And finally, maybe I think it's called Starfield.
I was gonna say Starfield. That was one of
the
mine.
new.
I told you Jimmy was stealing all the games.
But like we all like the same fucking games, right? Like the third fucking podcast. Like, but there is one wild card, Elliot, that I'm going to steal from you, and Luke reminded me of it. And I forgot about it until right now. Forza Motorsport number 8. It's going to be so good.
Yes,
it's going to be
nice.
Bella.
Yeah, that. I don't know if they're going to show Forza 8. You got me saying Forza 8 at well, it's just called. Is it called 8 or is it just called Forza?
No, just a new Forza mode. I think.
I don't know if they're going to show that, but I actually have a feeling that Forza Horizon 5 is going to be announced, and it's actually going to be out before Forza 8, even though Forza Horizon 4 only came out in 2018 or whatever. But rumors have it that it's set in Mexico, which I'm excited about incredibly, because it's like one of the best series of all time. But also, fucking put that shit in Japan, goddammit. Put it in Japan.
Yeah.
They're too scared. They're too scared. They won't do it.
Why are they scared? What do you think? Just cultural appropriation sort of thing? Or the Yakuza will get
think they'll do it.
The Yakuza might come after this. That's Sega, isn't it? Sega are owned by the Yakuza.
You hear it. You're hearing it.
That's apparently true. That's apparently true. Just putting it out there, conspiracy theories. Sega.
Internet may go down. Yakuza.
They make video games
Yakuza
about
owned by Sega.
Sega.
But yeah, Forza Horizon 5. Maybe they're thinking like Forza Horizon 6 next gen only down the line when it's, this current gen is, fully fledged. Then they can do Japan because, they make it as the best as possible.
It'd be good, the drift.
Anything. Oh my God, the drifting would just be so good. Maybe they're waiting for like more rights from Toyota to put more of their cars in the game, because at the moment there's like really stingy on Toyotas and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, but true. Yeah, Forza Motorsport 8, I'm very, very keen to see what happens with that series, because I think it's a little ways away, especially because of COVID. But I think it was quite a ways away anyway when they showed it last year. But yeah, I think you've nailed a few there.
Sorry to steal.
It's fine. Kat?
Me?
Have you got any left? Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 others. Well, obviously, my favorite 2 were stolen. Freaking Beyond Good and Evil 2 and Elden Ring. Obviously.
I'm not even sorry.
My obvious choices, bro. So I picked 2 more. I've got Avowed. I want to see more of Avowed. That would be cool. I know it's not coming out for a while, but I think that would be really sick. It's like people think it'll be 22 or 23.
I'm so excited for that game. Like,
it looks so good.
Fucking hell.
Have we seen any more apart from that trailer?
No, it's just seen like that arrow.
I haven't missed out. Yeah,
no, that's it.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I thought I missed more. I'm like, wait, I missed more of this game.
I just love Obsidian.
The arrow is so good.
It looks really, really good.
No, the sword and the fucking spell with his finger is just like,
yeah.
So sick. Amazing. The other one that I want to see is Ghostwire Tokyo. That was supposed to come out this year. So
this month, I think. Oh no,
that was really.
No, get out of here! Isn't it?
Deathloop was meant to come out this month,
October or something. So I want to see more of that and hope that it can have a date on it.
I don't think that'll be at E3. It could be at Summer Game Fest, but E3 no Sony.
You're not asking what I think's going to be there. You're saying what I want to be there.
I know, but I'm crushing your dreams.
Fuck off.
Kat's going to call her people at Sony and make them go.
Yeah.
Just for Ghostwire Tokyo.
I just want to see it. Like, just.
Oh, it'll get shown. It's coming soon, but it's
It has a PC release as well, so I just want to see.
Yeah, but it's Bethesda, so they're not going to show it at the Xbox conference.
Imagine if they did.
They could.
Oh man, that would be so funny. It'll be like some
logo that slides in.
Yeah, it'll be like one of the trailers where they flash all the games that are coming up and Ghostwire Tokyo just cheekily pops in there. Internet completely loses its shit. That'd be great. I need some more drama. It'd be great.
Absolutely.
Please.
Yeah, Ghostwire looks sick though, Kat. Very keen for that.
Sick.
Luke, Telly. So, I don't know. Why don't they want to be at E3 anymore? They're just giving up entirely. They don't even have to go there anymore.
No. One of my games is a Sony game, but Horizon Forbidden West is going to be incredible when we do see it, whenever they do their own game show. What are they? They've got the PS5 showcase.
I think it's a game show. It'd be like an expo. A game show would be like...
Yeah, it's like a
quiz. Like a trivia kind of thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mark Cerny's PlayStation trivia.
Come on down.
The two I do want to see at E3 though, hopefully Breath of the Wild 2. I was telling Elliot I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I haven't finished Breath of the Wild 1 because I fucking hate the weapon breaking system. It always gets me. Always gets me.
Single-handedly ruined the game for me. I was like, I can't do this.
I can't do it. Like, I'm just missing out on this fantastic game. So I just want to see what it's like and see if anything's changed there. And the second game, I think, would be the new Division that they announced a little while ago. So I really, really like the aspect of co-op games these days. So I have more friends playing the same games at the same time. Outriders was okay. It filled that gap a bit. And I mean, that's taken a little bit of a dive recently. I do enjoy the end game, but I think a new Division game would be great. I love Division 1. Didn't play Division 2 because no one was getting into it. No one was like, no one I knew was going to get it. So, but I maybe hope to create some hype around it and get some mates into this one.
Is this anyone like some free-to-play thing?
Yeah, it's like a free-to-play one. Yeah. They haven't really done much on it though.
The player numbers up a bit.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's done well.
Hopefully.
And it's not like they don't go full Ubisoft on the microtransactions. I mean, being a free-to-play, they probably will. But
if they're cosmetic stuff, I don't mind. But like, if it's like game-changing stuff that you can buy, then I'll be upset.
Yeah.
Very disappointed. But yeah, hopefully those games we see.
Do you reckon though that we'll see a state of play around E3? Because they've been doing them like roughly every 2 months. There should be one around June anyway. So
we're probably due to see something more.
Yeah.
Well, PlayStation are going to be at this Summer Games Fest thing, and that will go over.
That's towards the end of the year.
What?
That's American summer.
It's American summer. Yeah. So I think it starts like
New Zealand
time.
Cater to me.
Yeah. So I think like PlayStation on the sign for that like thing where it's got all the studios, PlayStation's in there. So. Maybe they'll have a state of play that has something to do with Papa Jeff. You never know.
I have a feeling they'll still do their own big separate thing. Definitely.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like a week or two after E3. I reckon they might like give it a week to give that some breath so they can generate their own hype and really focus on that, so they're not kind of competing with everything else.
When does,
so I reckon 2 to 3 weeks after E3 we'll see something.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty accurate. When does Ratchet and Clank release? Anybody know?
Isn't that soon?
Like a month. I assume.
No one cares about it.
PS5 games are pretty
11th of June.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think their state of play, that puts it pretty much exactly what you said, Puppies. I think their state of play will be like after the hype around the release of that game has gone down a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like,
that makes sense.
They'll let it, get all the notoriety, and then they'll be like, now we have this to show. Also, apparently, like Square Enix's conference is leaked, and there's like a new action-based Final Fantasy made by Team Ninja. And it's going to be PlayStation 5 exclusive. So
good. The worst part of Final Fantasy is the Final Fantasy part of it. So if they take that shit out of it, it's going to be sick. Like, wait, you saw it. That'll be fucking great. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like we can just actually hit shit. Sounds good.
8's got remastered. 8's just been remastered, I think, or is going on as well. But my favorite was what's the Zodiac Age one?
12, the best one! Yeah!
Right. So I'm like in the midst of like looking for deals on GG.deals and stuff like that to try and get the Zodiac Age version of that. So
on Game Pass, bro.
Man, when Game Pass went up in price, I was just like, nah, Jet, I'm out.
Typical PC gamer.
Yeah, I got consoles. Calm down. Jesus.
Scrooge McTalk over here. Scrooge McTalk hoarding all of his money. I'm not paying $10 for all these games. That's a fucking rip-off. I'll just steal them from game cereal sites.
You don't get to keep them.
I had Inquisition and Andromeda in my cart for Steam, $11 for both, and I was like, I'll just wait till payday. Payday comes along, $75. I'm like, sorry. See you later. It was like 80% off or some bullshit.
Both on Game Pass, bro.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever.
You know why that is? It looked at your Mass Effect save and saw that you were Renegade, and it was like, fuck this guy.
Only give me main games.
Shit. Starfield was on mine, but thanks Luke for asking. I appreciate that. Starfield was one of mine.
I want to hear it.
Also, Fable is a big one that I desperately want to see more of after that teaser last year. But something that's been like leaked potentially is a new Donkey Kong Country game.
Ooh.
might be happening. So yeah. So I was watching Spawn Wave the other day, and they were talking about it, and a lot of rumors going around that it is a 2D one. There's some rumors saying it's going to be 3D, but I really hope it's 2D. Because I love me 2.5 technically. I love me some DKC. It's the best.
Let it be 2D as long as they release another Diddy Kong Racing, which I stand better.
Oh,
I think it's better than Mario Kart.
It's not better than Mario Kart. Fuck you.
Well, it sounds like you haven't played Diddy Kong, so that's fine, mate.
I played it a lot.
I can't really remember actually how good it is, but I have great memories of that game.
Same.
It's really good. It's just not better than Mario Kart.
It's just he's better than Mario Kart, that's all.
It had an open world. I think I'm kind of with you on this, Luke.
I feel like you guys need to revisit it and just be like, oh fuck, okay, Jim's right.
Yeah, okay. It's big playing a 64 in 2021.
We're not known for their racing prowess.
Yeah, I mean, is Perfect Dark made by Rare, like the new one? Like, is it made by Rare Studios?
No, it's made by the Initiative, the new Microsoft studio.
That's another game. Super Studio. I thought it was weird that their first game was a remake too. But I mean, it's cool because it's Perfect Dark and it's amazing. But
is it a remake, like an actual remake,
it's a reboot,
or is it going to be new? Okay, all right.
Reboot, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, just so sick in remakes and reboots.
Yeah,
I want new stuff. I would, a new studio. You think they would jumped on the chance to do something like totally different as opposed to another shooter.
Pretty big IP though. Like, I don't think it's going to be a shooter though. I think it's going to be like almost like an immersive sim action game. Like, it might be. It's probably going to be first person, but I'm hoping it has those spy elements, like Prey or like Deus Ex or something like that with a bit more immersive thing. I mean, that's just my hope.
GoldenEye.
I also think it's like, it's one of the highest rated games of all time. So it's like, let's milk this a little bit with our big studio that everyone, is fapping over. But yes, another thing is, who knows? They're a $2 trillion company.
They're still trying to buy Sony, so.
So they can have them at the Zen Expo.
Yeah. And that's the only reason they're just buying Sony for E3, and then they're going to sell it off immediately.
I don't need
for a small profit.
Microsoft
never. And finally, now that you mentioned Rare, though, I do want to see more of Everwild because that looks really.
Oh yeah, it does look good. Yeah,
I think that's probably about 5 years away though, so I'm not.
Yeah, that's going to be that's a long ways off. I think they'd only just started on it when they announced it, right? Remember?
And I think they hadn't even decided what it was. It was just like,
no, this is like, we're making a game. This is what it's called. Here's the vibe.
This is the idea.
We'll see you in 10
what
years.
Do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, I'm fine with that. New IP, weird.
Cyberpunk did that.
Pretty.
Yeah. It did.
He's a liar, I don't know.
I still enjoy
It did a thing. That's correct.
I just can't believe the turnaround from everyone's feelings on that. We were so hyped for that game. And
Oh man, it's. I had a mate of mine who called it. And he's like, "This is going to be the biggest flop since Anthem," and I was like, "No, surely not. It can't be that bad, you know." And here we are. I'm like, man, you're kind of right. Shit.
Well, I'm going to say something controversial. I know, Puppies, I don't know. Have you been playing Outriders? But
no.
Anthem is better than Outriders.
Oh, Jesus, that's heavy.
That's a fucking stupid thing to say.
Absolutely.
As
true.
a game
You know what? After playing only the beta, I can see where you're coming from, because the moment to moment gameplay with Anthem was a lot more fun.
So funny.
A lot more. Like just the flight alone and the movement you had, whereas Outriders is just like Gears of War, but janky.
Not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It is
It's like the
fun.
Gears of War prototype. This is what they made in their basement before they came up with the actual fucking title.
It's the source code of Gears of War.
This is Gears of War at home. This is what your mum has.
It's like that Nintendo Builder box thing, but like where
yeah.
you like Gears of War thing.
How many hours did you put into it, Elliot?
Only like,
Not enough.
I don't know, 10.
And he played as Pyromancer.
Well,
I played Pyro.
And I played solo as well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a game you have to play with other people, I think. Like I try to play it solo here and there, and I just couldn't do it. Like it's lacking. I don't think I'd say it's as low as Anthem. Like Anthem had so much fucking potential.
Yeah.
The
The potential was greater with Anthem.
75 hours of that shit. It was actually
Of the demo.
fun.
Okay, yeah.
No, of Anthem.
Yeah, the whole
the Anthem
Oh, the
itself,
demo
yeah.
that is Anthem, right?
The demo, I mean, Anthem is a demo, I think.
Yeah.
Tech demo.
Yeah,
It's not anything anymore. It doesn't
Tech demo.
exist. They've finished development on it now. It's dead.
Yeah, they've said it's
Dead
dead,
game.
it's gone. That's unfortunate. You don't like seeing that, but, you know.
Nah, that does suck.
But
What
let's
do
get
you
on
do?
with Mass Effect
Come
4,
on.
for fuck's sake, Bioware.
Yes, fuck yes. I was afraid to say that in one of my anticipated games but you feel like they'll ride this hype, right? Like there's a lot of hype from Legendary Edition. There's got to be something soon. I'm not saying E3, but if they don't capitalize on the amount of positivity coming from the Legendary, it'd be foolish. It'd be foolish.
Yeah, definitely.
I think also they got
Even if they just give us a splash title and coming in 5 years.
Andromeda
We're working on it. Yeah,
Well, they've said they've teased
Andromeda remastered.
in
It's so shit.
at the Game Awards. They did show that like clip,
Yeah, the
like
teaser,
that teaser.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So I forgot about that. Yeah, they did
Mass
say that.
Effect is coming. Yeah.
They did.
But I want them to be very careful and not rush that shit, because that's like, if they fuck that up, EA is just going to dissolve BioWare and into a
Bioware's already almost dissolved.
I'm genuinely terrified for what happens with Dragon Age, the new one that they're working on. Like, if it's bad, like that's like not going to be good for them at all. I doubt they'll survive that.
They
Just
wanted
let Microsoft
Inquisition
buy
to fail,
them.
but it didn't. Like that's
Yeah, they'll just
that's
sell to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like
But
it's so
Microsoft-
crazy to think that like the people making the game wanted Inquisition to fail so that like the team structure would get changed up, and it didn't, and thus
Really?
the following games were shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were already like feeling like the crunch and the bad decision making so hard that they hoped that it would fail so that like they would change the back end like dramatically, and instead it was like a success, so they continued on with it, and everything since then has failed.
Yes,
I mean, look at Cyberpunk. Look what Crunch does in the end.
Yeah.
Like that game was like Witcher 3 is top 3 games for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and had so much love for that studio and how they handled Witcher 3 and all their DLCs as well.
Yeah.
And it had so much hype and so much promise. And again, they pushed it at the end, and they said they weren't going to, and they still did it.
Yeah,
I have a feeling they were doing it originally to start with, and said they weren't. I mean, it's the way with a lot of these companies. No, we're not crunching, and then 3 months later, they were, and it's a weird one, because it is an issue, and but you see this in a lot of other industries as well, where it's kind of normal. And it never gets talked about, but because the gaming industry is in such a public spotlight, it kind of gets brought up a lot more. And I'm hoping that if that changes for the gaming industry, it can change for other industries as well, because it's not good.
It's like a pre-order meta, almost, like how much money are you making before the game comes out is going to relate to how successful you're going to be.
Social media, it's all driven by like pre-clicks and social media, and I think like the pressure of that exposure before a game comes out can really fuck it up, can't it? Obviously, we did a whole episode on how much we were fucking angry at Cyberpunk, though. So you should have been on that one, Luke.
And even like
Witcher 3 even got pissed on.
Going off that, Jim, like Biomutant came out today.
And it did.
Literally, and that game looks really cool. That's got it. Yeah,
I really was watching a mate play it last night.
It looks great, and it's a AA game, and it's not made by a huge studio. It's not a AAA publisher or anything. But they came out and just said like, "Oh, the PlayStation 5 version won't
1080,
run at 4K," and like they got death threats. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with gamers? Like 1080p death threats, like, and it's like 4K.
I will take my 4K monitor and I will fucking slam it on your head.
I'll play most of my stuff at 1080p. Jesus Christ!
But that's length people have gone like with this social media pressure. It's like they can't even say like, "Oh, and it wasn't even like it's not a thing. It's like we've disabled it because it's having issues, and they're probably going to patch it." Yeah, it was like this huge thing.
It's 20 people.
Yeah.
So is it PS5? Is that PS5 that you got in there?
No, it's PS4.
I mean, who has a?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not.
Who has a PS5 to be mad about it anyway? Let's be serious.
Yeah, because Kat's got that Mark Cerny money that she's like, I'm
putting this straight in. No, this is Gabe's payout from last time, from last podcast. But there's no PS5 version, but I'll be using it in my PS5.
I'll fucking kill you if you don't make that work in 4K.
Yeah, you're right. I deserve it.
If you don't stream that 1080p game on Twitch at 4K,
we'll go to great lengths to cancel you. You're done.
Rip Capcat.
Rippy Dippy. Look, I'll stream like the top left-hand corner so that you can see that 1080p only. Then you'll know the rest of the game's in 4K.
Zoom in.
It's so fucking good.
It actually looks great. I actually really like the idea of the game as well, but didn't that get changed halfway through as well? And like close to the end, a lot of things got changed in the game as well because of.
Well, it kind of got delayed for like 18 months.
Yeah. It had a lot of delays. Like they were very kind of push it back.
Yeah, they were like,
this is too good of a resolution.
They couldn't find the rest of the pixels. They dropped them on the floor in the factory, and then they were just like, "We can't find them, guys. We found the Xbox. We found the PC. There's no PlayStation 5 pixels left. We need to make some more." And that's
how games are made, right? That's how video games are made.
Exactly. It's like those little dot arts that you melt together.
Do you want 10? You want 4K or do you want Crunch? Pick one, Crunch or 4K.
Pretty much, though, right? They didn't have any Crunch, which is also why they extended it for so long, because we played it in 2019 at PAX, and it was a very like linear, like a pathed demo. There was no side quests or anything. You got and you got to talk to one NPC, and they gave you every mutation that you needed as you went forward. Whereas the final footage of what it currently looks like is a lot more open world. They added, what was it, like 50,000 lines of dialogue or something like that?
200,000 or something
200,000, even more.
Yeah.
It was like so much. So they've really, I think, like potentially from the reactions that they were getting in 2019 to the demo decided to like expand the game as opposed to having it as such a linear story. So I'm really excited to play it because I was always excited by the mutation part of it, and like going into different areas forces your character to change. So I'm really excited to play it. I'm so hyped.
Is it a Metroidvania style thing? Like,
I don't believe so. I believe it's more like when it was first, like this is years ago, when they were first like giving you ideas of what might happen, it was like, oh, if you go into an area and you're getting attacked by poison enemies, then you might end up developing like a poison immunity or poison attacks yourself sort of thing. And if you go into like a watery area, you'll end up developing like gills so that you can swim, or flippers so you can swim faster, that sort of thing. So the more time you spend in an area or in a substance, the more likely you are to mutate to it. I'm not sure how that has eventually like turned over, because in the demo it was like touch this snot bubble and you get snot bubble sort of thing. It was much quicker than a gradual mutation. So I'm not sure what it's ended up like, but I'm excited to find out.
Cool.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Ainsley Bowden, who runs seasongaming.com, who a couple of the guys in the chat also write for. He wrote a really, really great review. He's like quite positive on it. Whereas a lot of reviews are kind of middling, but definitely worth reading his review. His writing is
66.
Fantastic. Yeah, it is.
From the initial like impressions I've seen from like Twitter and the reviews, it was kind of very middle down the line. Could have been better. Not what I was expecting kind of deal. Interested what you think of a cat.
Yeah, I'm excited to play. So I'll be streaming that tomorrow. So
cool. I have to swing.
We'll talk about it next week on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that pretty much wraps us up. Thank you all for joining Kat and myself. Hey, puppies, where can people find you, and what do you do? Tell the people about your fucking incredible podcasting skills.
It's not. It's all fucking lies.
Don't be humble. Fucking plug your shit.
No, all right, fine. So, I host a gaming podcast, Two Left Thumbs, where I find people in the industry and people that love games, and we just shoot the shit for an hour or so and have a good time. No subjects, no news. We talk about some deals, but just getting to know people. You can find that at all your available podcast platforms, Two Left Thumbs. We also have Twitter and Instagram at Left Pod for Twitter and at Two Left Thumbs Pod for Instagram.
And I've just got to say, like, you're doing an amazing job. I swear, every time I go onto Twitter, you've got a new podcast out and you got some great guests, and you just do a fantastic job. You're just a really personable dude, and I love.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
It's been nice to meet you, Pops.
It's also nice to meet you, Jimmy. We'll have to chat again soon.
But not you too.
I like you. You're funny.
Not telling.
Luke, what about you? What's going on with you?
I don't have any cool podcasts or anything, but I do have an Instagram, kind of a small deal. It is, but I only post dog pictures. No use. Don't worry about it.
Oh, fuck. Where we going?
The dog pickies.
Yeah. But I'm around. Just, hey. Just cut this part of this video. Fuck it. Don't worry about it.
Just
it's
already done.
We're live, baby. We're live.
Put the StreamYard logo on.
Anyway, you'll find me on Jimmy's stuff. Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So like as of recently, we've started up a new thing. I don't know if you guys know much about NFTs and collectibles, digital collectibles, and that sort of thing, non-fungible tokens as they're known. So we have been doing a weekly stream on NFTs, in particular NBA ones. So we love basketball, or some of us do. Some of us just love NFTs. And the cool thing about these things, they're called NBA Top Shots, and you open them, they're packs, and you randomly open them like opening a pack of collectible cards. But they're valuable and they're fun and they're pretty cool. And we have a bit of a good time opening up packs. Next week we'll be opening a rare pack, which is, I think it's a $200 pack. You only get 3 moments. It should be pretty cool. You jump on and, like, for example, there's a stream the other day that happened. Somebody opened, not mine, which would have been sick. Somebody opened a LeBron James moment, which they immediately sold for $200,000. It's pretty cool. Some pretty cool stuff that happens, right? It's all set in the blockchain. It's really interesting. Yeah, it's wild, right? They're called NBA Top Shots, and you can find me at real_Jimmy_main. So real_Jimmy_main. We do that on Twitch. I'm joined by the crew, and they all open their packs. We have some fun with it. It's generally just a piss take. Would love for you guys to buy a pack and guest, because you'll have some fun with it, and you'll own some valuable NBA Top Shot moments, which you wouldn't give a fuck about, and you just sell straight away.
I'll have some data, maybe.
That sounds really cool.
It is. It's fun, and you should definitely check it out. Check it out, pups. We'll talk offline. We'll hook you up with some packs.
I love that. Yes. And Kat, finish this off with your upcoming stream sketch.
My upcoming stream sketch. We got Tomoza. We got Biomutant. Tomoza.
Yes.
Twitch.tv.
Mass Effect is so close to the end, and you're starting a new game.
I feel like this is going to be shorter than
That's how it goes, though, right?
Jesus, fuck off.
You can't finish games. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
you start new ones.
Not when it's Mass Effect. You got to finish it. I got to talk to you about Mass Effect.
Well, look, on tomorrow, on the day that is tomorrow at twitch.tv/CapCat, we will be playing Biomutant. And if I can fit any streams in through the rest of the week, we'll continue Biomutant. Sunday will be Soul Sunday as usual.
Yes.
And as soon as we finish Biomutant, as soon as this little bad boy's done, we're getting back onto ME1. I will probably be doing a lot of the side quests off stream so that we can just get back to the story and kick off the end of ME1.
Because you're only like a few hours until the end of the game.
Yeah, well, I'm about 12 hours in, and you told me this was a 30-hour game, so I got a lot of side quests to do, apparently. Like
30 hours?
The game's only taken you 12 hours.
It's a 16-hour game.
Where I'm at.
I'm at like
Mass Effect in 30 hours. What are you doing? Playing with like the controller upside down?
He's telling me that. Like I'm not.
I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him.
Yeah, I know you are. I don't know. I'm at 32 hours. I left it on pause for a little while, but like I'm at 32 hours. And
just pause for a little while. He's been away a week, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get back to him. He's been playing Biomutant secretly.
Yeah, I got it.
He's a Biomutant.
True. Well, I'm so sorry, everybody, for taking my time and talking to everyone in a game and being very thorough.
That's okay.
No, you're supposed to review games, get games done, review game, next one. That's how it works.
Oh, God. That's
back on the grind, boy.
On the grind, baby. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Get back on the crunch. And thanks, everyone, for joining us in the chat. If you are listening to this after the fact, then thanks as well. If you like the audio version of this, go to anchor.fm/controllersandcoffee. You can find our Twitter handle at controllerspod. Cat is at CapCat E. or twitch.tv/CapCat. I'm at Direct Gaming, youtube.com/Direct Gaming. Bye, Shred. Thank you so much for elbow cough for joining us for the whole show. Appreciate that. And thank you guys for joining me. It's been a bloody good time, and live streaming this was really fun. So we might do this again in the future. Happy 1 year anniversary, even though I'm going to say it again. Actually, the 1 year anniversary of the original video version of this was like the 1st of May. But let's not even think about that.
Let's just quickly go in and delete that now so nobody knows.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Rub it.
Exactly. If you look at the podcast feed, it was the 25th of May. So happy birthday, us. And thanks, guys, for joining us. It's been a great time. So thanks, everyone. Peace out. See you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.